So over the last few days we've talked about going online, and we started with the funnel process here and what actually goes into an online funnel, and we went through all those different stages and talked about other ways to improve or add value to your funnel through affiliate marketing and other products and services. We describe traffic and how you can get traffic offline very briefly, strategically, because this was concentrating on online. And then we talked through the 3 different models for online and highlighted narrow to narrow being the best option when you're first starting out online, and how to narrow a niche using the 4 P's of prune, pain, people and profit. Then we went, so that would define your niche. Then we went to defining the people better through questions to ask of ourselves and repeating those questions to ask of the avatar or ideal client, because avatar is a bit of a weird word. And why do we do all this? Because that seems like really long-winded and lots of work, and nobody likes doing lots of work. Well, we do it all because of this, sources of traffic. Because until we've defined the niche and the people that we're looking for, we don't actually know where the sources of traffic should come from. There are so many sources of traffic if you're going online. Not just like your social media platforms, for example. So you've got Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Don't know how that would be represented. Let's do it like that. Twitter, you've got LinkedIn. There's more, I'm sure. You also have to consider what the SEO is going to be on your website, and that was your long word key search. We went through that a little bit on research, but now we're looking at it from a sort of idea perspective of how you're going to get it into your copy. So this is for your targeting, and also you have to consider whether the copy is attractive and also what sort of information this niche and this avatar wants. So is it video? Is it blog? Is it live? You know, is it ebooks? Because they might want their information podcasts, for example, something I don't do, so I tend to forget about podcasts. Because the reason people go into so much overwhelm with online is they try to do too much. They're trying to get to too many people, which doesn't work because you need lots and lots of money, or you need huge sources of traffic. And of course, to get huge sources of traffic, you have to do a lot of stuff. So the point of getting this niche right down is so that we can start to make decisions about where the sources are, so we don't have to do everything, and then we can also decide what they prefer. And we might have to do that through research. It might well be that once you know where your sources are, that you give them free stuff in return for some research stuff, so that, in other words, they help you define what they want. So if we were looking at Facebook as an example, and we had our niche, we might invite them to this free Facebook group. But instead of just using it to get loads and loads of information out and build relationships, which is the first use, info and relationships, what you should also be doing is using it for your research. You don't have to have the perfect product straight away to sell somebody. In fact, the better products are the ones where you've observed what people struggle with and you've asked questions. And between these 2 processes, you build a product with your ideal audience. actually with them jointly. It's called a product launch formula, where you actually build something they're already asking for, they already want, because that makes it a lot easier sale. It's a short video today, because we were just going to go through, once this is all defined, then you know where to find your people, which means you don't have to do all of this. Once you've found your people, you can then do your research, which means that you A, build a relationship with them, but B, you start to produce something they really want, which means you know what they prefer, and it might be they're not bothered about ebooks and they're not bothered about podcasts, so you're cutting your work down as well.